Chrisean Rock, a media analysis of recent headlines. So today we're going to talk about this NDA and how Blueface and Carlissa tricked Chrisean into paying all the bills. But before I get into that, I wanted to address this issue. I do not have a problem with Sean Davy Way. I have not brought up Sean Davy Way's real name. I haven't talked about his mother in the Cortez situation. I haven't tried to interview family members that don't like him. None of that. So I don't know where this is coming from. Also, I wanted to address Carlissa and Blueface. I don't know what's got you guys spazzing out, but you need to chill. All I'm doing is creating a space where we encourage Chrisean to find God and better herself. But you guys are acting like you want to start some kind of beef with me. That wouldn't be wise. Because at the end of the day, Blueface, aren't you on probation? You have to be on your best behavior, sir. All right, now let's get into it. Now listen, you guys know that I did a documentary about Mary Cosby exposing her cult. It aired on TLC and HBO Max. If you haven't checked that out already, please go check that out. I would have never been able to make a documentary if all I did was lie. No production company is going to invest into lies. And that's the same for the Braxton documentary that I made. And I feel like a lot of you in this Chrisean sector are very young and naive and caught up in the drama. Also, some of you are just straight out con artists. I mean, a blogger that can convince you guys that Legina Gold was Aaliyah's daughter and R. Kelly's daughter. It's what? I feel like you guys want to be fooled. I mean, that didn't even take any research to debunk. Take one look at that woman and you mean to tell me that's Aaliyah's daughter? Y'all want to be fooled, okay? Now I'm over here in the Chrisean Rock sector and y'all been running amok over here. Y'all been running amok. So I decided to come over here and debunk these lies, okay? One rumor at a time, I'm going to debunk them. And today we're starting with the NDA. So one of the craziest rumors out there is that Blueface is not the father of Junior. Zeus Network made him sign an NDA saying that he would go along with the fake storyline. And so he's not allowed to talk about it, even though he's been talking about it. It came out of his own mouth. Yes, I took a DNA. Yes, it came back that I am the father of Chrisean Jr.
Have you taken a DNA test?
Yeah, we took one when she was pregnant. And
while she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay, so before the baby was born.
Mm-hmm.
And it came back with you being the father?
Yeah.
And not only that, we saw him take a DNA test on the show. Like, y'all just gonna ignore your own eyes and believe the lie? I mean, there's so many ways to debunk this theory. Y'all just don't want to work. Y'all lazy as hell. It's easier to go with the lie, okay? NDA means non-disclosure agreement. No NDA or any contract for that matter would be upheld in a court of law, okay? Because lies are considered criminal activity. Now, does this take research, people? Does it really? Okay, I learned about this in 3rd grade. However, doing my due diligence, I reached out to Zeus Network anyway. And they say that everyone on the cast had to sign NDAs. But what their NDAs included was they're not allowed to leak plot points, which means they can't talk about any episodes that haven't been aired yet. They also have to keep production details to themselves. They're not allowed to talk about it, like schedules, edit, filming, locations. All that has to be kept under wraps. Also, they're not allowed to talk about any story arcs, twist, or cast drama. So according to Zeus Network themselves, they said everybody signed NDAs, including Blueface, but nobody signed a illegal document promising to keep lies together. I mean, I feel like some people are really operating off of one brain cell. Also, if he wasn't allowed to talk about it, why did he come out and talk about it? In the beginning, he said that Junior was not his son, and he took a DNA test to prove it. Then, when he took the DNA test on the show, he had to come out and say, yes, he was the father. Now, we all know that Carlissa and Blueface is behind all of these negative Chrisean Rock stories, because the more negative they can make her look, the more money he makes. Do y'all really think that Blueface makes more money than Chrisean? I mean, off of what? That old tired ass song, Tatiana? What else has he done on his own to make money outside of Chrisean? They've been doing this for years, people, for years. They go around to certain bloggers pushing lies, okay? Pushing lies, saying, hey, you know, Blueface really isn't the father. It's really Ronnie Doe. Yeah, people, rumor has it was Carlissa that decided to push that rumor first. Remember when she came out and admitted that she sent Ronnie Doe to go interview with Tasha K first?
I asked you to interview Ronnie because I wanted to know what it is that he wanted to say. And I wanted an unbiased person. I could have did the interview myself. I wanted an unbiased person to sit with him that knows how to get shit out of people. And I felt like I really want to know what it is that he feels like he's hiding. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to know, like, is Chrisean like a good person? Is she just hurt? Is she just going through shit and, you know, this is just how it is? Like, anybody will want to know.
Really, Carlissa? You wanted to know what kind of person Chrisean was. You just really wanted to know, so you sent him to Tasha K. Why didn't you just ask him yourself, since you had been in touch with him? Girl, the people that share one brain cell, they could believe this all day long, okay? But you know Sharrell's not believing it. Is that why you came into my chat paranoid as hell, talking about you gonna sue me? And by the way, did you do that background check on me yet? Girl, I'm not to be played with. I'm not to be played with. I mean, I really get a visual. It probably went like this. Somebody probably called you and said, hey, that documentary, now she talking about you and Blueface. And you had to run over there and try to sabotage the lies so I wouldn't do the documentary. Girl, child, you're one of those people almost doesn't count. Can you believe all this time it was Chrisean making money for the whole damn family, okay? Including Carlissa's devil ass. Like, Carlissa, what you should have did was sold some ass before you lie on your own grandson. But you couldn't do that. You didn't gain too much weight. You can't even be a damn stripper. But that's what it's been about this whole time. She don't give a damn about her grandchild, okay? And Blue don't give a damn about Chrisean. Shame on both of y'all. Y'all both knew what you were doing since day one, okay? You took a emotionally damaged woman and made her your gravy train. That's what you did. And everybody knows that Chrisean comes from a unbelievable, tumultuous background. I mean, all those sisters is being alleged that they were touched. They've got some serious problems. And they kind of remind me of the Braxtons. Remember when we had to break that story? Chrisean Rock family, except Tessa, I hate to say it, every single one of them has emotional problems. And damn near practically all of them has lost their children to the system.
I'm not even applying pressure to nobody right now. I'm not even doing my big one or nothing. And y'all still got my name in your mouth. That's the illest ever. Then you're talking about my son. Shut the up, Chastity. Real shit, though. You got those cases, those charges. Everybody trying to wonder why you're not locked up still. Because you know what you tested for. Schizophrenic. They took a hair sample. You told this shit to Tareen. Then your son OD'ing, you try to blame it on mommy.
Like with the child abuse, I violated those 2 probations, and that's how I got 2 different backup times. And they didn't care, I just had a baby.
Did you have your baby in jail?
Yes. Shakur.
Damn.
That's the one I'll be saying, free him. Because he's in the system right now.
And this isn't anything new. She talked about it on the Tasha K show. But I wanted to show you everything she goes through. Now, I'm not going to lie. If you are a user, if you're lazy and you don't want to work, if you want to be a stripper, but your body has morphed into like just a big glomp, was a good racket. For 3 years, this is what they've been getting away with. They were like, this is great. All I have to do is go to the blogs, say something crazy about Chrisean, have her respond, and then I respond to the response, and next thing you know, I got hundreds of thousands of views. It was a good racket, okay? Anybody could have kept it going, except you two idiots. Because even when Chrisean Rock went to Zeus and told them stop giving you her money, like her money wasn't even going into her own hands. This has been a process of her waking up. But even then, when she said no more direct deposit into Blueface's account, they still had a good money racket going on, okay? Put a rumor out there and then wait for her to snap, and then we respond to her snapping, and nobody knows we're behind all of this. So one day I'm gonna wake up and say, Chrisean slept with Offset.
You don't make Cardi money. You don't make Offset money. That lie, that rumor came out 2 years ago. What the are you still talking about it for, bro? What are you talking for, bro? You just doodled and scribbled all over your face. You need to go to the mental hospital, yo.
It worked like a charm every time. Intel, people. Intel, one day, Chrisean just woke up. It got so bad, according to the rumors, he even put the rumors out there about his very own child. Because they don't give a F about Junior.
See, don't I look like Junior? Told y'all.
Very much so. Look at them eyes.
Don't I look slow and everything? Do it again.
And this next video I'm about to play is a trip, because this woman admits in the video up front her whole plan is to cancel Chrisean.
Sean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him. And also, if y'all not gonna know about HIPAA, don't talk about HIPAA. HIPAA pertains to the people that signed the HIPAA paper, the HIPAA forms, you know, agreeing not to violate that, which therefore goes for the medical records, the hospital workers, the doctors, you know, things like that, not friends and family. They didn't sign or agree to no HIPAA lawsuit maybe, but nobody's violating HIPAA talking about this.
See how she's playing on words? She's talking about the actual HIPAA charges goes to whoever stole it out of the computer, out the medical program. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get in trouble for talking about it. Ask Tasha K. It's called violating privacy laws. And Tasha K was found liable for $4 million. Did she work at the hospital? Was she a healthcare worker? No. Was she somebody spreading gossip? According to the judgment, yes.
Mind y'all, there's a whole list of things, but I'm just going to point out the major ones. The first one being, like we all assumed, he does suffer from fetal alcohol syndrome. He does suffer from neonatal abstinence syndrome, which basically is drug withdrawal. And from the records, they're saying that it was cocaine. He does also suffer from spasticity, which would explain why he's almost 2 and cannot walk or barely move. If y'all notice, Chrisean always has him either in a stroller or carrying him. It's basically a neurological condition that causes abnormal muscle stiffness or tightness and makes moving pretty hard. But mind y'all, he's a baby. Yeah, times 10. He also suffers from seizure disorder. Another big one was CVI, which is cortical visual impairment. And that is basically when a portion of the brain has been damaged, therefore leading to, like, it's basically going to affect how he interprets visual stimulus, like problems with processing, problems with, you know, paying attention, problems with recognition. And based off how we've seen Junior, these all are making sense.
Now, who gave you these medical records? I mean, is this the official document that you're talking about? That you can just diagnose Junior? And not only diagnose Junior, you asked everybody to cancel Chrisean. Carlissa, Blueface, are you behind this too? Because this just feels like a Carlissa and a Blueface special. Because this woman can come out, say things about your own son that she knows nothing about. You say nothing. However, you get wind of a phony, useless petition supposedly to have CPS look into the matter for a 4th time, and you sign that petition. But you didn't say anything to this woman that supposedly got, she still ain't said where the documents came from. Like I said, Carlissa and Blueface plan was working like a charm until one day Chrisean just woke up.
I decided to let go completely. When I removed my Blueface tattoo, I broke down crying. But it wasn't for Blueface. It was for the version of myself I used to be, the one I didn't like. For 3 years, My emotions and experiences were constantly manipulated. He would deliberately pick fights with me on the show, provoke my feelings, and even make me cry on camera. And all of it was just to boost ratings. Back then, I naively thought this was love. I thought enduring and compromising would make him care. But now it's different. Seeing Navia happy with him, I don't feel jealous at all. Instead, I feel sorry for her. I had just removed my tattoo, and she got a new one. Seeing her was like looking at my past self. When you try to prove love through pain, you've already lost yourself. When I removed the tattoo, I wasn't erasing someone else's name. I was rescuing myself from a toxic, draining relationship. I started learning boxing, hitting the gym, and even planning to get back into my rap career. As long as I'm alive, I won't let anyone hurt me.
Now, y'all might not want to admit it, but a lot of us have that one man out there that you just want so much and you just love him to death, but he does not love you. He can abuse you emotionally, put his hands on you physically, and you'll keep running back. However, I have to put the blame where it deserves to be, and that's on you, Chrisean. You let him do it to you. How long were you willing to let him put his hands on you, pull out your hair, make you look stupid over and over again? You got to take responsibility, okay? I know you're going through a lot, but girl, that doesn't change the consequences. And one of the best things she's ever done is remove that stupid blue face tattoo from her face, okay? Because girl, we know you weren't crying because of the pain. You were crying because it's time to release Blueface. And Blueface, well, you're just as equally dumb. I mean, your backup plan was Chrisean, okay? You got these judgments that you didn't even bother to go to court for. We'll do a video about that. We'll talk about how your only source of income, Twitch, has now been closed down because according to the rumors, you violated your probation by by getting high. And if that's true, then it's back to the slammer you go. You forgot you were on probation. It's so many stories going around that needs to be told when it comes to this situation. But for right now, we're talking about the NDA. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Until next time, bye for now.
That's what I get. That's what I get.